Hey guys, it's Boaz Abel here, thehermitbow.com and the Hermit Bow on Instagram if you guys want to follow me there. This is my first YouTube video. This is an introduction into spiritual awakening. We'll get into some deeper stuff like later on in my videos. It's like I'm hoping to do a video at least once a week. You know, it's like I know people who are like so-called spiritual or whatever. It's like, it's like we could be a little bit lackadaisical about putting our videos on there, but it's like I want to, at least do something once a week with you guys, just kind of let you understand what my journey is, how I got here, and kind of like help you guys understand not just like spiritual awakening, but ancient wisdom, right? Sacred geometry, creation, religion, all those other things. A little background about myself is like I was born into a Muslim household, which I think has helped me a lot. It's helped me understand like spirituality and things like that. And it's like I know I'm gonna get some comments down below about it's like if you are spiritually awakening, why would you still be Muslim? It doesn't matter how you become spiritually awakened or how you reach a higher vibration. All those things are to teach you. It's like if, it's like the people in Nepal and things like that, the monks or whatever. It's like they have their religion. Muslims have their religion, Jews have their religion, Christians have their religion, and all of them are trying to reach a higher place so they could get to nirvana, they could get to heaven, they could reach Christ consciousness, whatever it be. It's one of those things that help us. Now, not to say that people who are not religious won't get there. It's like some people are just in the know, and they don't need Islam, they don't need Christianity, they don't need Judaism or Hinduism or whatever, or Buddhism to get them to their higher consciousness and their higher selves, you know. But people like myself, it's like I was born into this so that I could understand on a different level and so that it opens me up. Because one thing about Islam, it's like there is a saying that I say over and over and over again in Islam from the Quran. It says, learn everything that's learnable, even if it takes you to the far reaches of the East. And that's one thing that I've like upheld and my understanding of knowledge and spirituality and everything else. So that's what I really appreciate about Islam, and that's why I won't deviate from it. Now, some of you guys' spiritual awakening happened differently than it happened for mine. It's like you kind of had a hard lifestyle, which I had a hard lifestyle. It's like I was born and raised in Compton, and like family life wasn't that great. There was like poverty and all these other things, but that was like normal to me. And then like I kind of came into where I am now. It's like gone to college, had great jobs, and this and that. And then like the next thing I know, it's like in the past 7 years, it's just been crazy for me. It's like I go through these 7 year cycles, right? And in 2017, it's like I looked back at every 7 years and I went through a different cycle, right? So, you guys have to look at like the cycles in your life, and that kind of help you determine where you're going next, right? I had to look at the past 7 years of my life so that I could really calculate where I was going next, right? And for me, it happened October 22nd of 2017 when everything just kind of hit, right? And I was like, you know what? It's like I'm not being true to myself. It's like these past 7 years, it's like I've given up on my morals, ethics, values. I've even turned my back on my religion and, the man upstairs or, the universe or, the creator and all this other stuff. Because in 2010-ish, right, I went through a lot of stuff. It's like divorce, dad died, lost some jobs, lost a place to live. It's like I lost all my roots, right? And, it set me towards this, I won't say it was a downward spiral, but I will say that it was something that if I had have done it differently, right? And had have still stayed with good, God, in connection with God, things would have turned out a little bit differently for me. But, the thing is, it's like we all have to go through stuff. And I had to go through stuff to get to October 22nd, right? And I can't say that, there was one person or one thing in my life that helped me to get there. I will say that it was just time, right? And a lot of those other things in my life were just kind of like a catalyst of understanding and teaching, right? And I've had a lot of gurus in my life and a lot of teachers in my life. And these aren't spiritual people, these aren't people that, you know, sit on top of a mountaintop meditating all the time. These are just real people, people that I never met in my life. Some of them bad, some of them good, some of them disputative, some of them just like beautiful creatures. But they were all beautiful teachers, and they were Freudian slip. They were all beautiful teachers, right? Everyone, right? It's like relationship problems, job problems, and everything like that. And then when I came to the end of everything, there was always one person, whether it be at my job, whether it be in a relationship, whether it be around my friends, that was a teacher to help me get to where I am now. And what I am now is all about love, compassion, and understanding, right? Selfless. And that's where we have to be. We have to be on a level of selfless help, on a collective level, to get everybody to that higher state, to that higher consciousness and that higher understanding. We all have to make it there, right? And if you're not on that collective, then you're not part of everything. And that collective is going to trump Trump. That collective is going to trump whatever's on television. That collective is going to, trump the economic system. That collective is going to trump the banking system. It's going to trump, NASA, the government, and everything else, right? Because once you get to that level, there's no stopping the amount of knowledge and understanding that you have and your connection with humanity to get us to that next level, because that's what, quote unquote, they don't want, right? They don't want us all to get to that next level, right? Because that's not in their best interest, right? So they want to keep us kind of like, working that 9 to 5 job, making that dollar bill, driving those cars, listening to that music, watching that TV, and all those other things. It's like we got it, eating that food, man. It's like you really got to cut out that food that you're eating from McDonald's, because that's not going to get you to your higher consciousness and your next self. You know what I'm saying? It's like what you put in your body really affects your body, it affects your mind, and it affects your soul, right? Your body connected to your mind connected to your soul. So if you start destroying your body, you start destroying your mind, you can't connect yourself to that soul, right? So I suggest you guys, kind of cut out some of the meats. It's like, meat's not bad, right? It's like, I don't eat it, but meat's not bad. It's just that, what kind of goes on with the meats right now is like kind of like really destroying what's bad right now, right? So, it's like getting back to your awakening. There's a lot of things that you have to do. There's a lot of things that you're going to go through. There's a lot of different types of meditation that you could do to kind of help you out, because you're going to go through some stuff. You're going to see some stuff. You're going to see like angel numbers, it's like 555, 444, 1111, and 333, all those good things, right? And that's going to be validating what you're kind of going through, if that makes any sense, right? And it's like, I believe in you guys. It's like, I believe that you guys could do this. I believe that we could do this, right? And I want to be, standing at the shores, of our higher selves, holding hands and all that other good stuff, right? To kind of make this happen, because without that, it's like we're not going to get to that higher state, that higher level with all the other sentient beings out there. Because remember, right, we're not the only ones that's going through this, right? We're not the only beings that's going through this. This isn't new. This is all old stuff, right? We're the only sentient beings that has to get there in a short amount of time, more so than all the other things out there, right? Because in the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, the Injil, like all those other books, it's like God says, it's like, if I really wanted to, I could destroy you guys just like I've destroyed every other race before you and create another one just like you. That's not just talking about the Romans. That's not just talking about Africans. That's not just talking about white people. That's not just talking about, men or women. That's talking about all of humanity, destroying us and creating another race just like us right after this, right? Why do you think the Egyptians built those pyramids like they did, they weren't stupid people. They weren't using sticks and stones, right? And they're finding other things in this world that predates the Egyptians, right? These aren't stupid people, are stupid sentient beings, right? So, and a lot of these people, they went through the same thing that we did. The understanding of higher consciousness, meditation, understanding who we are, understanding how to get to that next level, dimensional stuff, like all these other things. So, when you get there, you'll start to know. And you have to really figure out what your superpower is, right? It's like mine's is like being empathic. Mine's is being in the knowing. It's like I know things that's gone on in the past. It's like I know who we are. I know where we've been, you know. And that's what you guys have to figure out to get us to that next level and connect with each other and understand each other. And that's the trueness of spiritual awakening, right? When you detach yourself from the indulgence into the delusional world, right? Because this world is it's not real, right? One day we're going to die and we're going to wake up. And when we wake up, we're going to say, holy crap, this is the real world. That was just a fucking dream, right? This is all a dream. It's like a video game, dude. It's like your higher self is out there like playing the game, right? Showing you signs. It's like I talk about angel numbers, but your higher self is out there showing you signs like binary codes and showing you all these like, symbols and all this other stuff because you're connected. You're connected to the higher power. It's not just your higher self, but it's also you're connected to the higher power, right? So it's like you're playing this game, right? Somebody created the Xbox, right? God created an Xbox, right? And you're playing with the Xbox, you're playing a controller, and you are actually controlling you, right? That's why it's so important for you to understand your higher self and get connected to your higher self, right? Because once you get connected to that, you'll understand how he or she is playing the game and how you should be playing the game, right? And the way that you play the game is you take yourself out of that game, right? And connect yourself with that higher self, right? And that's how it should be. And that's how you should understand this life, right? And there's so many other games out there. People are playing so many other games, right? And you have to understand that, right? But the way that this game is won is through love, through understanding, through compassion, through light, right? You need to be able to surround yourself with light and love and understanding, and that's how you get there, And we'll get into some other stuff later on, right? But for now, it's like I said, this is my first YouTube video. It's like I'm so excited that I'm actually talking to you guys. It's like I hope you guys will really understand this and what I'm coming at and how I'm coming at you. It's like I love you guys out there. It's like I just want you guys to not feel alone. It's like you're not alone in this world. You may be alone in your job. No one may understand you, right? You may be alone in school, right? For you guys who are in high school and all this other stuff, don't do it. Just don't do it. You have a higher purpose in life. You truly do. Like I used to teach high school and I used to talk to a lot of kids who they would throw into special classes, like at-risk kids and stuff like that, right? These kids had higher purposes. And just remember, you have a higher purpose. Get out of high school, graduate, go travel the world, do something different. You will grow into yourself and you will understand what your purpose is in life through your music, through your work, through your art, through your craft, through everything. That's going to be your higher purpose. You need to be a true representation of God, right? And the Creator, right? Because we are representations of God through all of our works, all right? So this Boaz Abel, keep it frosty, right? You guys got it? Keep it frosty. Boaz Abel.